Now we're going to create the count results for the answers. So you're going to add additional 2 rows in here, and then you will be writing brands and then of course the frequency. In this row, it will contain the count to count the results for the given answers. So under brands, I want to write or to copy the 4 most popular brands that I have in here. So I simply go from here and then right click, copy, and then I would be pasting those names. Then at the end, of course, I would be writing here other brands. And then I will be writing the formula for to check the number of iPhone user. So from here, I go to G2, I highlight G2, and then I go all the way up here in this line that says FX. This is where I would be writing my formula or function. So I would start with equal sign, and then I would be typing count. COUNTIF, and then I will be having the range. So I would start from D2, okay, because that will be my cell reference, and then go all the way to D8, okay. And then I need to add my criteria, so comma, and then my criteria would be their answers with the brand answers. So that would be F2. Then close, and then enter. So there you could see that the frequency or the number of iPhone users, there are 2 users for iPhone, which is correct, right? Now, the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the first G2, and then I'm going to pull this down. So I need not to type this COUNTIF for all the cells. So I simply hover from the lower right corner of the cell that I have highlighted and pull it down. Okay. Now, if I'm going to click on this and click here, you notice that this is the reference, cell reference that I'm referring to. Now, if I go here on the next one, notice that the cell reference moved down, okay? Same here, moves down as well. So I need to have the cell reference to start in D2 as how the original is, right? So how am I going to do that? I simply go back to the first formula that I have created and go to at the beginning of the cell reference. So that would be before D. And then I would press on my keyboard F4. So I would be adding $sign. All right. And then I would go to D8, the letter before letter D, and then press the F4 function key again in your keyboard. And then notice that I have added $sign for all the cell reference, so that when I, okay, I have to do it again. So another way of doing it is just simply highlight it and press F4. And then enter. So you notice that I already added the $sign. Then I would pull this one again. So I just copy that formula for all the cells. And you notice that if I click on the next one, you see the cell reference is still the same as the original one. All right. Same here and same here. And now we are going to create the chart for our count results. So we highlight the extent of the rows that we'd like to base our chart. So from here, that would be from F1 to G8. And then go to Insert, Tab, and then go to, if you are using the same version as mine, because I'm using the current version of Excel, you will be given this tab that says Recommend Charts. If I click on this, I simply click on the recommended clustered column. So highlight, or I can have the pie chart, so it's up to you. For this example, I'll be using the clustered bar charts, and then click OK. So I already have my bar chart below. Now, if, for example, you have a different version of the Excel, you go to Insert, same procedure, go to Insert, and then go to Chart, and then look for this icon that says Insert Column or Bar Chart. Click on the down menu or the arrow, and then choose More Columns Chart, and then from here highlight column, and then you're given the choices of the clustered column that you could create out of the count results that you have made in your file. So I'll be clicking on this one, and then click OK.